What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So we've got a new Bunny Girl set that's just come out on the Japanese side of things. So we're going to take a look at the set, the cards. You may have seen them already, but mainly just look at the prices and what the chase card is. I'm sure you'll guess which character that'll be, but yeah, look at the price, potentially discuss, pull rates, things like that. This is Japanese only at the moment. Obviously, it's quite likely they're going to bring this out in English, but that's, as far as I'm aware, no information about that has been announced or confirmed anywhere. And as usual, sometimes we get Japanese sets come to English 3 months after they come out in Japanese. Sometimes they come 12 months after. Like, it's just completely random. You don't really know. So we just have to wait and see. But in terms of cards, we've got ABRs. So they've added a rarity similar to Chainsaw Man rares, and I've heard the pull rate is actually very similar as well. The figure that seems to be going around is roughly 1 ABR card per 6 cases. So lots and lots of booster boxes to be opened to hit an ABR. And obviously, yeah, it's signed. They've also got this gold patterns stamped on them as well with the signature. And as usual, they follow like an SSP type of format. You lose the borders, you lose the wings and stuff at the bottom and things like that. And obviously we've got SPs as well. So yeah, really nice set. And obviously we've got a couple of Mai cards here as well. So we're going to head on over to Yute, take a look at the single raw prices of the cards, see how much they're going for, see what the pool chase card is, and just take a look at the set. So we've got SPs, and yeah, I mean, fairly average price, Japanese SPs. But what we want to see is what's the most expensive card. Now there's 2 Mai ABRs down here, both sitting at 348,000 yen. Now, off the top of my head, I believe a sealed case, like a single case, retail price is around, like, I want to say it's like 120,000 yen or 124,000 yen, something like that. Anyway, that's for one case. Now bear in mind, you're probably only going to get one of these cards per 6, on average, per 6 cases. And obviously there's some cheaper ABRs here. This one's 59,000, we've got 69,000 here. So you could also hit these ones, which, if you're opening one case and you hit an ABR, well done, congrats to you, because obviously you've beaten the odds. And whether you get, the cheaper ABRs, I would 100% take that. But yeah, in terms of price, like, the price makes sense, right? So if we convert that to US dollars, we've got $2,300 US for either of these Mai ABRs. Now let's just get them a little bit bigger. So that's one of them there, which is currently sold out on Yute. This set literally came out like 2 days ago as of recording this video. So that one there is currently sold out on Yute. Now, that doesn't mean you won't be able to get it anywhere else. There's obviously other Japanese single sites that you may be able to find and pick this up on, or perhaps like on Mercari and things like that, if you can use Bai as like that middleman service. I'm sure there's going to be copies on there, but we're just taking a look at Yute because they usually set like a fairly solid price in terms of Weiss Schwarz, and a lot of people reference Yute pricing to dictate like the price they want to sell or buy at. So that one is on there for that price, but it is sold out. And obviously, because it's sold out, you have to take that into account. That might not be that accurate. You might have to pay more, maybe less. Like, do your research if you're looking for this card. Check some other sites. But yeah, if it's sold out, likely you might have to pay more than that, because there isn't any copies on Yute at this exact price. Now, there was another card, and it's this one here. Again, another ABR. Obviously, these images don't do it justice. Like, you can't see, like, the gold foiling kind of goes darkened and blacked out, and obviously you can't see any texture or anything like that, but you can see the artwork. And obviously the card will look a lot nicer in person. But that one there is actually in stock, and there's only one copy available. So yeah, potentially this one a lot more desirable. Maybe it's more playable as well. I have no idea in terms of playability when it comes to Weiss Schwarz, because I don't play the TCG, but just looking at the card, we've got a level 3. It's just looks yeah, I mean, I'm guessing at this point this one's a level 0 and a much lower figure down here. I'm just absolutely guessing based off of the figures, but also, you know, maybe it is playable, maybe it's not, but I think the artwork on this one is nicer in my opinion, just because I think the background, like the beach, and then obviously on this one it's just kind of like a generic. This kind of reminds me of more of an SP in terms of the background anyway, but you are getting these extra snowflakes sort of stamped on the card because it's an ABR, I assume. Obviously this one you've got different pattern on there, but yeah, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at $2,300 roughly for some of these new Mai cards that are coming out now. Whether this comes to English, I mean, most people would expect this to come to English. I don't think anything's been announced as far as I'm aware, but very typical Japanese sets at the moment. Sometimes we get sets that come out in Japanese and then come to English 3 months later. Sometimes it's 9 months, 12 months later. Sometimes they don't come over at all. It's very hit and miss. It's very hard. I feel like at the moment it's very hard to know what's going to come across and what isn't. And when it will, because as I just said, like, it all just seems to be completely random in terms of when they actually do come over. You know, we still don't know if Oshinoko is even coming to English, or, you know, I know there's a Japanese reprint coming up for that in the next month or two, so potentially after that maybe they will announce English, because that seems to be something they're doing at the moment. In terms of like Dengeki Bunko, like after the Japanese release they then announced it was coming to English. So yeah, potentially because there's reprints they don't want to announce English because it will help with the sales of the reprints. It's really hard to tell at the moment. I guess all we can do is just wait and see. You know, this is Bunny Girl, right? You'd very likely, I'd be extremely surprised if it didn't come to English. Even when they had the licensing issues back on the last set where we had the signatures in Japanese, but when it came to English we didn't. We had just, you know, generic stamps and serials from what I remember. You know, even when there was licensing issues we still had that come out in English. Hopefully this time, if it comes to English, we might get signatures. I know obviously Sword Art Online we lost signatures and then they came back, so hopefully if it comes to English we will get signatures, and if it does, that will be a really interesting release I think to watch. You know, obviously Mai being one of the most popular characters and cards in this card game at this point in terms of price. And speaking of that card and that character, if you haven't seen it, the Anime Men on YouTube, 2.19 million subscribers. You may know them already, you may not, but they recently, 5 days ago, bought a Mai TD SP in English. Very, very good video. Highly recommend going to check it out if you like White Shores and you're interested in collecting, and well, even if you're from, you know, just from the player side of things, I think you'll still find it really interesting. They managed to pick up a raw copy of the card and they go and get it graded. Yeah, check it out if you haven't. Really recommend it. It was really good to watch, and just seeing what I really like about videos like this is you see people that can put so much more into editing and production of a video, that you see it done to such a high standard. It's always extremely exciting for me. This reminds me of like when Logan Paul done his first edition Charizard video, or that first Pokemon video he done. Like, it was just amazing to see that hobby, just a video made on that hobby, like taken to that production level. Just, you know, I could not edit like this. Like, you know, they obviously have an editor, and, you know, they're paying an editor to produce it in the way that it's done. Yeah, I highly recommend going and check it out. Very entertaining, just such a great watch, and great to see like a huge channel like this showing off like White Shores and showing off that Mai TDSP. So yeah, go check it out if you haven't. And yeah, as always guys, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.